Hi everyone, it's Laurel Mateka, PH Miller Principal here. Just checking in, wanting to share a few important reminders and helpful tips for remote learning. All of us are in the situation where our students are learning from home at least 3 days a week or 5 days a week if you're in our virtual academy. So, wanting to check in and share some helpful tips that over the course of the last 6 weeks, we've learned from teachers and parents that might help your child be even more successful when they're learning from home. So, first up, um, please find a quiet space for your child to work, preferably at a desk, seated with their device open. Make sure that you and the children are fully clothed when you jump onto a Zoom meeting. And especially if you're in the virtual academy, you're meeting with the teacher synchronously throughout the day. And so, while I know that it seems to go without saying that we would arrive at school fully clothed, we do expect the children to be fully clothed when they're participating in remote learning. And I realize that we don't usually see children from the waist down. However, interestingly, we did have one of our friends stand on the chair and lo and behold, wasn't wearing pants. And so that got awkward. Thank goodness they were wearing underwear, but we don't want children to see each other in their underwear or in their pajamas or not fully clothed. And also, moms and dads, we want to make sure that you're wearing appropriate clothing in the background too. So, just a reminder that we can see in. And so, if everyone can be fully clothed, that would be awesome. Please be on time, especially for morning attendance check in. If you're a hybrid student, that attendance check-in happens daily from 8:20 to 8:40, and then our teachers really are going to be off working in person with the students who are in attendance in person that day. So you do need to be on time. If you're going to be absent and not participating for remote instruction, or if you're going to be late, please email Cindy Heath at the school for attendance, and she'll be tracking it there. Okay? You do need to call in your child if they're not participating because we do track that as an absence. And so your call in would let us know that you know they're not participating, just like if they were in school. Obviously, your child should have their camera on and their mute on unless the teacher calls on them to speak. We're expecting children to raise their hand to speak and also to participate and be kind and wait to be called on when it's their turn. And that's when they can unmute their mic. We did notice some parents doing those things for children, raising their hand or unmuting their mic. We're encouraging our students to independently learn those skills on their own. So while it may be tempting to do that for them, they're certainly old enough to take control of their microphone and mute themselves or not. We would expect the child to be sitting with their device, not walking around. That's very distracting to other people in the learning environment, but also it's not most conducive to helping your child be focused on learning. We would ask that there be no toys and no other screens, so no phones, TV screens, video games in the vicinity. So just the learning device while they're taking part in synchronous learning or Zoom check-ins. And then also no food or drink. There's plenty of time scheduled for breaks in the virtual academy, and the morning attendance check-in is very brief, and so there should be no need to have food or drink. We don't allow the children to eat or drink throughout learning during school when they're in person. So again, we're just trying to simulate the proper learning environment for them in a remote setting. And then if they could be looking and listening and thinking and ready to learn, that would be fantastic. Here are some fantastic examples of student workspaces that some of our parents have shared with us. You can notice the device propped and ready on a table. We've got some helpful resource posters on the wall here, and no distractions, no other distractions, a perfect corner of the room for Gabriella to be working. And then Jameer's got his setup here. It looks like maybe in the kitchen, but they've put this privacy poster board trifold around so that it's almost like his own private office. So he's got all of his supplies on the desk, his Chromebook is ready, and this makes for the perfect learning environment for the students, for both. And then just a closer look at the desk here with all the necessary tools, with the Chromebook out and ready, pens, pencils, and then all of your other supplies. So all of these things help our students be ready to work and know where the time and place is to do their learning. So any help with that would be great. Also, some routines for success might be helpful to you. So following a predictable routine is going to help your child stay more focused and engaged in learning. And just reminding them that obviously, yes, they first get dressed, they use the bathroom, they're going to get their supplies, they're going to put their toys away, they're going to gather together their work, have everything ready in their learning space, and then they're going to log in. If it's appropriate, they can set a timer if that helps and helps them become more independent. And then they're going to look at the camera. They're going to keep their eyes on the class rather than looking around the room, even though that's kind of tempting. That's why we ask that you limit distractions. But look at the camera, raise your hand to participate, and then when we're all done learning, we'll clean up our space and get it ready for the next day. We have an oath for remote learning for our students. So it just says, I promise to do my work on my own, to try my very best, and to show my teacher what I know. So this is the perfect time for teachers to better get to know the learning needs of your students so that they know how to support them in moving forward in their learning. I know that my teacher will help me improve my work, increase my knowledge, and learn based on how I do on this test or assignment. So the assignments are very important for your child to give feedback to our teachers so that our teachers know what to do next with your child's learning. And then parents, family members, also an oath for you, because we've noticed a lot of parents stepping in to do a child's work. And unfortunately, this really doesn't benefit the child and it doesn't give good information to the teacher. So this slide is really about how to let your kids do hard things by themselves. And it says, I promise to allow my child to show what he or she knows without giving them the answers, without prompting them, and without doing the work for them. I understand the teacher needs to know how my child is doing on his or her own. When I do the work for my child, I'm not helping him or her. And I'm making it difficult for the teacher to help him or her, and I'm limiting my child's independence and ability to be a better learner. So I know that we all want children to be successful in school, but part of getting to that level of success is working through the challenges and struggles when learning is new. So if your child is frustrated, let the teacher know, but also know that that is a normal part of learning. So our teachers are used to seeing students struggle, and that's what learning looks like. So it's okay. If you have concerns about how your child is doing or whether or not that's appropriate, email the teacher and have a conversation. They'd be happy to tell you if you have anything to worry about. But first and foremost, please don't do your child's work for them. That really doesn't help them. And at the end of the day, it actually is going to hold them back from everything they need to move forward. And last but definitely never least, thank you so much for supporting your child during the remote instruction. You're doing an awesome job. I know this is a big ask, so please just hang in there and don't give up. You can do it, and together we will make your child have the best experience possible under these crazy times. Please reach out if you have any questions. I'm happy to work with you, support you, or talk to you about your concerns. And I look forward to the day when we can all be in person again. Take care.